Legends of the Lost Orders, Templars, and beyond. The Middle Ages, an era of war, faith, and secrecy. Amidst the chaos of crusades and the clash of steel, a select few rose to power, sworn brotherhoods, secretive orders, and warriors of legend. It all began in the heart of the Holy Land in the year 1119. Imagine the dust and the heat, the throngs of pilgrims arriving in Jerusalem, seeking solace and salvation. But the journey was fraught with danger. Bandits and cutthroats preyed on the faithful, and the roads were far from safe. It was in this crucible that a small group of knights, led by the enigmatic Hugues de Payen, took a momentous vow. They pledged to protect Christian pilgrims, to stand as shields against the darkness. They took monastic vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, dedicating their lives to both faith and war. They became known as the poor fellow soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon, or simply, the Knights Templar. Picture these men clad in their distinctive white mantles adorned with the blood-red cross. They were not simply soldiers, they were warrior monks, bound by sacred oaths and driven by unwavering faith. Their early days were humble, their numbers few, but their purpose resonated throughout Christendom. With the blessings of the Church and the support of powerful European monarchs, the Templars rose to prominence. They established a network of fortresses, formidable strongholds that dotted the Holy Land. The Templars, once a beacon of faith and military might, now found themselves walking a precarious tightrope. Their very success had sown the seeds of envy and suspicion. Theirs was a power that many coveted, a power that would ultimately prove to be their undoing. By the 14th century, Europe was a cauldron of political intrigue. King Philip IV of France, a ruler consumed by his own ambitions, found himself drowning in debt. And who better to exploit than the wealthy Templars? On Friday, October 13, 1307, a day that would forever be etched in infamy, Philip unleashed his wrath. Under cover of darkness, his agents fanned out across France, arresting Templars on charges of heresy, idolatry, and unspeakable acts of sacrilege. Imagine the shock, the confusion, as these knights, these holy warriors, were dragged from their beds and thrown into dungeons. The accusations were outlandish, the evidence flimsy, but Philip's grip on power was absolute. Torture, that most insidious of tools, was employed to extract confessions. The once mighty Templar order, now branded as heretics and enemies of God, was systematically dismantled. The demise of the Templars sent shockwaves through medieval Europe. But they were not the only brotherhood of warriors who walked the line between faith and warfare. Across the continent and beyond, other orders rose to prominence, their stories woven into the tapestry of history. In the lands bordering the Baltic Sea, a new power was on the rise, the Teutonic Knights. Founded in the late 12th century, their origins lay in the care of the sick and wounded. But as the Crusades raged, the Teutonic Order transformed into a formidable military force. Imagine their black crosses emblazoned on white mantles, their banners fluttering in the windswept plains of Eastern Europe. They waged brutal campaigns against the pagan tribes of Prussia and the Baltics, carving out a powerful state that laid the foundations for the future kingdom of Prussia. Meanwhile, as the Templars faced their downfall, another order endured. The Knights Hospitaller, founded to care for pilgrims in the Holy Land, found themselves at a crossroads. Forced from their stronghold in Jerusalem, they sought refuge on the island of Rhodes. There, they transformed themselves into a formidable naval power, their ships patrolling the Mediterranean. But the allure of secrecy, of hidden knowledge and whispered rituals held a particular fascination. In the year 1408, as the Ottoman Empire cast a long shadow over Europe, a new order emerged from the mists of history, the Order of the Dragon. The sudden and brutal downfall of the Templars continues to fascinate and intrigue us centuries later. Did this powerful order vanish entirely on that fateful Friday the 13th? Or did they, as some believe, simply fade into the shadows, their secrets carefully guarded, their influence subtly exerted from behind the scenes? Rumors and speculation have swirled around the Templars for centuries. Some whisper that they sought refuge in Scotland, their knowledge and wealth playing a pivotal role in the rise of the Freemasons, a secretive society shrouded in its own mythology. Others believe that the Templars became the guardians of sacred relics, objects of immense religious and historical significance. The Holy Grail, the cup said to have been used by Christ at the Last Supper, is often linked to the Templars. Some even claim that they possess the Ark of the Covenant, the chest containing the Ten Commandments, its power coveted by kings and conquerors for millennia. Could these treasures, if they exist at all, be hidden away in remote corners of the world, protected by the descendants of the Templars or by secret societies carrying on their legacy? Templar maps, adorned with mysterious symbols and cryptic clues, have fueled countless treasure hunts and inspired generations of conspiracy theorists. Centuries may have passed since the fall of the Templars and the fading of other orders into the annals of history, but their legacy is far from forgotten. The symbols of these lost orders, once emblazoned on shields and banners, continue to resonate in modern times. From the Templar cross to the eight-pointed cross of the Hospitallers, these emblems have transcended their medieval origins, appearing in art, literature, and even popular culture. The stories of these warrior monks, their bravery and their brutality, continue to captivate our imaginations. Books, films, and documentaries explore their history, their rituals, and the enduring mysteries that surround them. Modern-day groups, inspired by the ideals of chivalry and service, draw upon the traditions of the lost orders, keeping their memory alive. Step into any medieval cathedral and you'll likely find echoes of the Templars and their contemporaries. The soaring arches, the intricate stained glass, the very architecture itself often reflects their influence. These structures stand as testaments to the power and wealth these orders once commanded. And what of those who seek to unravel the mysteries, to separate fact from fiction? Historians and archaeologists continue to unearth tantalizing clues, fragments of pottery, remnants of fortifications, and ancient manuscripts that shed new light on the lives and times of these enigmatic warriors. Each discovery brings us closer to understanding the truth behind the legends. The allure of the lost orders lies not just in their history, but in the questions they still pose. From the deserts of the Holy Land to the courts of medieval Europe, the lost orders left an indelible mark on history. Their stories are tales of courage and conviction, of intrigue and betrayal, of faith tested and power ultimately lost. If you enjoyed this deep dive into medieval mysteries, hit the like button, subscribe for more historical untold stories, and let us know in the comments, what do you think happened to the lost orders?